Welcome to the School of Wordcraft and Worldmancy. This is Feedback Frenzy.
Welcome everyone to today's Submit Saturday. I am your host, WriterGreg, who has yet to go through puberty at the age of 40 something. Thank you so much for being here, and we have another article that we're going to critique today by Moonflower Writer. This is the Itsi Flower article. All right, so let's start taking a look as the overall and the first impressions. I'm taking notes. Nope, you're here. Glad you're here, Moonflower, and thank you for being here live while I do this critique. Okay, so just taking a look at it. Okay, all right, very nice purple. CSS headers. All right. This kind of looks like a header for a World Anvil template. I really like that this is small, so you can see the header immediately. I am a big fan of the, breadcrumbs? The cyberpunk theme. You know, if I do enough of these, I might actually start remembering these by name. Okay, cyberpunk theme. All right, wrote that down. All right, nice. Beautiful picture. Anna, Itsi Flower by Anna Pictures. Whatever. Hi, McCullovoid. Welcome back. Okay, so we got the straightforward stuff, and the stuff that the feedback that you're looking for is world building, content edit, what's missing from my article. What I should know before is the pollinator of this plant is being created by Siobhan the writer. Other articles are work in progress. Okay, the pollinator is okay. Good to know. Itsi. Thank you so much for the pronunciation. Itsi. The Itsi flower is a newly discovered species of edible plant life native to Naia, the name of the explorer and chef who first discovered and ate the flower, Itzifa. The taste of the flower is floral and subtly fruity, while the leaves have a refreshingly green taste. The plant only flowers once a year in the autumn. Okay. All right. The questions that I have that don't necessarily need to be answered in the first paragraph is what part of the plant is edible? Is it the petals? Because you say the taste of the flower is floral and subtly fruity. Is that flower petals? Because I was a little bit confused there. And while the leaves have a refreshingly green taste. Okay, so we can eat the flower, we can eat the leaves, but would it be beneficial to say the flower petals so that we get very specific knowledge? I think adding one word there would really help me understand better what is edible in this flower. Okay. Anatomy. The Itsi flower is a branching bush with dark green foliage and
Great job, sprinters. It's time to rest.
Marchers keep going.
Variegated flowers. The stems of each branch are covered in tiny hairs. The hairs have no known usage and do not irritate the skin. The leaves of the plant appear in bunches of 7 on each stem and are oddly pinnately compound. Okay, yeah, we are odd pinnate. Yeah, we definitely. Many leaves on opposite sides of the branch with terminal leaflet. Okay, thank you so much for that tooltip. Yeah. What's my delay? we've got about a 7-second delay right now. Okay. The plant as a whole can reach up to 1 meter high in height. Branches, on the other hand, will only make up 3/4 of the total total plant height, with the bottom fourth being a small trunk. Okay. The Itsi flower produces its flowers in autumn. Only one flower is produced per branch. After pollination, the flowers wither and the branch enters a dormancy period that lasts until temperatures reach about 7 Celsius. The plants revive and begin producing their small orange fruits after those temperatures are reached. Okay, orange fruits. Interesting. Okay, so now we have orange fruit involved in here. So I was assuming that it was the flower petals, like a rose petal jam. Because this picture kind of looks like a rose. So I was assuming it was just the petals. But if that now you're introducing orange fruits, like maybe a berry or something like that. That might be interesting to know in the first paragraph, where you talk about the petals have a flavor, the fruits have a flavor, and the leaves have a flavor. Maybe. Yeah. Itsi flowers sprout after 12 days of incubation. They remain seedlings until 3 months of age. After 3 months, they begin shedding their leaves and regrowing into their adult foliage. Most Itsi flowers produce fruit in the first year. Okay, this is the second reference to fruit, so it sounds like it's not eating the petals. The Itsi flower has been searched for and harvested since its discovery as an edible plant. It is beginning to be cultivated as a source of food by the survivors of Pardisa, who have made Naia their home. Although the nutritional content of the flower and leaves have yet to be fully analyzed, they provide a sense of fullness to the hungry. A recently discovered or rediscovered species. Very good. Okay, I like that. Yeah. You can see the updated after a refresh. Petals, leaves, and fruit. Got it. Okay, so let's take a reread of the first paragraph. The Itsi flower is a newly discovered species of edible plant life native to Naia. It is named for the explorer and chef who first discovered and ate the flower, Itsifa. The taste of the flower petals are floral and subtly fruity, while the leaves have a refreshingly green taste. The Itsi flower produces an edible orange fruit similar to rosehip, which is also edible, and tastes citrus-like. The plant only flowers once a year in autumn. Oh, cool. That's what a rosehip is. Okay. Interesting. And
Sprinters, on your mark. Get set. Go.
Okay, so if you could find an image like this, because I think this is what the leaves are called, and these are your rose hips. That's the fruit of a rose plant. Roses have fruit? I've never known. Really? Roses produce fruit? I thought they just produced roses. Greg is sharing his ignorance. Okay. Okay, I would create a new paragraph here. The plant only flowers once in autumn. That is really important information, but I don't know if you have a lot of information in this paragraph. One idea per sentence, one concept per paragraph. You have here the discovery and the naming of it. Here you have the taste of you describe the three parts of the three edible parts of the plant. And here you talk about the flowering of it. So I would split this into three and slightly expand it because these are really important things to know. And the idea, I do have the paragraph long enough to cover the drop cap. Okay. I'm not a big fan of drop caps, but that's just me. And I'm a little concerned that, the drops cap, right, is the same color of these when it's highlighted, but it's, so and the initial thought is, wow, that T, oh, well, then your eyes are drawn to that T, so you start reading faster. Okay. It's your call. But if you could describe describe the discovery, describe the taste, and then expand here, the plant only flowers once in a year. But how frequently does it grow leaves? How frequently does it produce the orange flowers or orange fruits? That kind of information I don't think needs to be in the top paragraph. The sentence that I have highlighted, I really think that could be moved down to like growth rate and stages, where you could talk a little bit more about that. But yeah. Yes. I could just remove the last sentence and move it to genetics and reproduction. Yeah. I would move it to growth rate and stages. Dazzle Cat, hello. Okay, Armstrong comes and says, I like the drop cap. Maybe shrink it down a size or two, but it's neat. All right. Yeah, and then so the answer to the question, what do I want more from this? I'm not feeling like there's anything more that I want to know outside of what you've provided here. I would really, because I want to know more about the fruit. How fast and how frequently is it harvested? Is it what's the yield? That's the term I was looking for. What is the yield of one plant? Is it an annual thing? If it's an annual thing, these are going to be either really rare, really expensive, or the fields have got to be absolutely huge to gather all of the to make up in volume what you can. So this is an interesting thing in the pricing of it. Is this a rare? So maybe that you can talk about the exploitation. They aren't yet domesticated, wild, harvestable. Ooh. So then, okay, so there you are really gonna. This is gonna be a rare thing. This is gonna be a spice. This is gonna be like saffron, or this is gonna be like the spices of the Middle Ages. This, if it is liked, it is gonna be a rare thing. But if it's this isn't your like oranges, peaches, and apples. This is a delicacy. I taken to the next level, I feel that that's where you're thinking about it. And so that's your decision to make. If it is Armstrong, I need help shrinking the drop cap. Mind if I ask you? Yeah. So if you want, so you can talk about the history of the interaction between humans and the plants. You talk about the discovery, you talk about it being eaten, then there is a good question. Can it be domesticated? And I think there's a difference between being domesticated and being mass-produced. For example, a banana that is domesticated has very small, tiny seeds and a lot of flesh that you can eat. An undomesticated banana looks like it has giant seeds that are almost all, like rocks in it. Very little flesh. So there's a difference between being domesticated, meaning Mendel and the crossbreeding and stuff like that to make it produce more, and versus wild. Like, you can buy farmed salmon and you can buy wild salmon. Completely different tastes. I don't like the taste of wild salmon. I like farmed salmon. Take it for what it is. This doesn't get discovered until book 3. Yeah? That's going to be a challenge. But yeah, I think this is really good stuff. I would recommend more pictures, especially of the leaves and the rose hips, if you can. The rose hips, the leaves, the petals, yeah. Talk more about their uses, meaning their jams, their salves, are the leaves dried and crushed like a cinnamon? Cinnamon is just dried tree bark that we powder and pour over our breakfast cereal and cinnamon rolls and yummy carbs. So you could talk about how they're produced, because if this is super rare, drying them and crushing them into a powder that could be sprinkled into foods as a seasoning would be much easier to transport, to sell in small quantities. It won't spoil if properly bottled. Yeah, hopefully that will help. So, all right, so thank you so much, Moonflower, for letting me review and critique your article. If you would like to have your article reviewed and critiqued, submit the link at wgc.bz/submit. And thank you very much.
Thanks for watching this feedback frenzy. Be sure to show your support by liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and clicking the notification bell. WriterGreg offers coaching sessions to help bring your world to life, create compelling stories, and accomplish your creative goals. Please visit wgc.bz/coaching for more details.